In this video, we're going to look at a review of simple crosses, so just with dominant and recessive traits, and setting up a Punnett square. So what I've got here is a mom and a dad, and the dad is heterozygous and the mom is homozygous recessive. So for this particular trait, this is tongue rolling, and so the dad is going to be able to roll his tongue. That's his phenotype because he's got a dominant. And the mom can't because she's homozygous recessive. So what's going to end up happening in meiosis is the dad is going to give each of these alleles is going to go into one of the gametes. So he's going to either give his child a big R or a little r, and the mom is only going to be able to give little r's because that's what she's got. So here's my Punnett square, and all this is going to do is really tell me what their offspring might look like and what their genotypes might be. So these are probabilities. So all I do is put one of the parents along the top, one of the parents along the side, bring them down. So that would be heterozygous, homozygous, recessive, heterozygous, homozygous, recessive. And those are the four possible offspring. So if I look at the genotypes, I would say there's a 50% chance that you get heterozygous and a 50% chance that you get homozygous recessive. And then for the phenotypes, there's a 50% chance you can roll your tongue and a 50% chance you can't roll your tongue. So let's look at an example. In mice, brown fur is dominant to white fur. So here's my brown mouse, here's my white mouse. So I'm going to say, since brown is dominant, that I'm going to give that a big F. White is going to be a little f because it's the recessive, which means that big F, or big F, little f, so homozygous dominant or heterozygous, both are brown, and white is homozygous recessive. So let's say I do a Punnett square. I'm going to cross two heterozygous mice. Alright, so their genotype is big F, little f, and they're going to be brown. So if I set up the Punnett square, I'm going to end up with 25% homozygous dominant, 50% heterozygous, and 25% homozygous recessive. So three possible genotypes. However, on the phenotypes, because both homozygous dominant and heterozygous are the same phenotype, I'm going to end up with 75% brown and 25% white. And that is how you do a basic Punnett square.